And key to that, we were alluding to it in part one of our discussion, Frederic Martel, is the internet. How much will internet be opened up?
For now, the situation is pretty difficult to analyze. First of all, you have a cable, a submarine cable with Venezuela, so which means that internet is available theoretically on the island. And it's true that you can get internet pretty easily, of course, in a 5-star hotel for €10 an hour, which is extremely expensive, about half a month's salary of a normal Cuban. And you have also some doctors, military, like the official of the regime that can get some access. Then you have a local network, isolated, an intranet from the internet that is available for the students sometimes at the university. But it's a very difficult, actually, system.
And is that going to open up?
I mean, basically, why the internet is not open? It's not the fault of the embargo. It's not the reason is not because there is technical issue. It's a decision by the government because they believe, in a way, in the same way that the Chinese, that if you open the internet, you cannot keep your system. And they don't have the money, and they don't have the the ecosystem that exists in China, that you can have a very big internet within being open to freedom of expression and freedom of the press. So for now, the internet is not really open for the common people in Cuba. I met somebody that came to Havana to try to access the internet. So he had to come from a very faraway city just to try to send an email. You see the reality of the situation. I mean, this week I was in Cuba until yesterday. At the same time, it might change. It might change through smartphone. It might change through new way of accessing the internet. And the question for Cuba, like it is for Iran or for, of course, China and for other countries, is how you can keep an internet open and a dictatorship, because Cuba is still a totalitarian regime.
Christophe, Ventura?
Well, I think anyway, the Cuban government has always submitted all the political questions regarding with liberty, public party pluralism, etc., to the question of the embargo and to the question of its relationship with the US. So I suppose that it makes parts of the process right now, and I think that things will change. With what is happening now.
The embargo has no link with the freedom of the press, as far as I know.
No,
right?
No,
I mean, the embargo is like the myth.
I think
embargo means what? You cannot make on. First of all, the first big economics that deal with Cuba, it's the United States. So for very many subjects, many products, the embargo doesn't exist, and the embargo doesn't exist with Brazil, with China, with Russia. So if you want to make so it's the embargo. It's a pure fiction that the leftists
point of view very well known and in some way easy, because in the same time what you don't say is that, for example, the cost of the embargo is well known. It's 100
No, but this is propaganda.
Billions. No.
This is propaganda.
That's not the reason why the agriculture is not functioning.
But if I can finish, because I think obviously the situation of the internet in Cuba is not good. Who can say it's good? Nobody. But
it's not the American that are in the...
What is the irony in this story, that you are developing exactly this point of view that the internet is restricted in Cuba, which is true. But the irony is that we are saying that today here, when you have another model of the internet where everybody has a full access, but a full control access.
Yes, it's true that France is a little bit like Cuba.
We have just finished to have a law on the control and the mass surveillance.
This is
people.
crazy to say that.
It is not good too. So
ask any Cuban about that, and you will see.
On the one side and the bad ones on the other one, and that's what Obama has understood.
I think freedom.
So you should understand too.